Hello and welcome to Intuitive Training Introductory class. I'm Adrienne Elise. Well, I just wanted to talk to you today about what the intuitive training is and who might want intuitive training and why you would ever take an intuitive training, and also talk about the format of this class, how I came into the work, and what you can benefit from, how your life can benefit from taking these classes. So a lot of people come into the intuitive work by being an empath, already being so aware of what's going on around them. Most people come into the intuitive work looking for tools to help them be able to hold their energetic field, keep other people's energies separate from their own energies. The empaths have a way of absorbing the energies of people around them and then finding themselves trying to fix the problems in their energetic field. So this can be really debilitating, and empaths can go through their life feeling overwhelmed by the sensations and information coming at them. And so that's really the first reason how this class happened. And for me too, how I found the work. I was a classical homeopath and was finding myself really, it was difficult for me not to take on the symptoms of the patients that I was working with. And so it led me to this intuitive work. And I found that it's greatly increased my ability to work in the other avenues of my life. So that's a beautiful thing about this intuitive training. If you're interested in being an intuitive, a professional psychic, sit down and do readings and help people move through their life in a more harmonious way. That is the design of this class. Level 1 and level 2 together will give you a certificate. That's an intuitive healing facilitator certificate. And so, but also a lot of people just like to take level 1 as a way to get their bearings as an empath in this world, as a way to open up to their intuitive abilities, to be able to better use them in their everyday life and in their careers that they're already working on. So the intuitive training, the way it's designed is to be a support for spiritual growth. What we do is we go through a very specific curriculum based on the chakras. And so we're visiting the issues of each of the chakras and having the clearings around the issues of those chakras and then an activation of that chakra. And then what we do is we work on integrating those chakras together in the body. So this is the basic foundation for all spiritual work, for all spiritual enlightenment, for all ascension path. What we're doing is we're, first of all, learning our spiritual anatomy. We have this whole part of our body that isn't our body. We have a whole energetic astral body, etheric body that holds stories and memories and energies from all through time. And so we are working to make that body our own instead of rejecting it or having it rule our life. And so that way we can integrate our astral energetic body with our physical body and really get down to living in this life, really get down to doing what we really want to do here. So this type of training is designed as a mystery school. It's a school of spiritual enlightenment. And so it's all the steps you need to start activating your light body and fully step into who you really want to be, integrating your whole being, clearing all the stories, the patterns from the past. So it's a holistic approach to ascension and spiritual growth by taking a step-by-step process that's been proven. So this training is based first on my work with the Montana Center for Psychic Studies and Intuitive Way out of Walnut Creek, California, both based on the Berkeley Psychic Institute curriculum. And so it's a psychic training, but then I also add in all of the things that I've studied, like classical homeopathy, Rudolf Steiner as a Waldorf trained teacher, and many other modalities in more recent spiritual growth movements, as well as quantum physics, and bringing this all together into an activated field and allowing for that safety in this world, spiritual safety, and a foundation for doing what you really want to do here. And perhaps that's helping people heal. And so the intuitive training is a great way to get a certificate and be able to sit down with people and really move energy. You know, this is the thing about intuitive training. You can sit and go and talk to someone like a counselor for years and years and years, but it might not actually move the energy in your field. So what we're doing when we are taking these classes and we're doing intuitive readings, we are helping people actually move energies in their field that may have been stuck for years or lifetimes. It's incredibly satisfying work to see this energy move. And so in order to be able to do that, we need to come to a place of complete neutrality. And that is the goal, ultimate goal of the class, through all this chakra work and all of the energy work and all the integration of the energy field and the physical body and all of the parts of our souls that have been kind of strewn out around the universe, bringing ourselves back home to really be able to be that spiritual authority. Now, what does that mean to be a spiritual authority? One of the main goals of this class is to get you talking to your highest guidance, that seventh dimensional self, a direct route to source energy. And so we use the guidance of other levels of angels and healing guides, but ultimately the goal is to come into our own spiritual autonomy, where our highest self is the only thing that we operate on as far as guidance and intuition. So the difference of this in your life is basically going from energy of things coming through. Oh, I think I'm going to do this now, or maybe I have this idea. And then we argue with ourselves. And so we often have 2, 3, 5 voices trying to tell us what to do at a time. And a lot of that's based on our early conditioning and past life patterns. And so what we're doing is we're working towards having the ultimate spiritual autonomy, where our highest guidance, our seventh dimensional self, is the guidance that we're accessing, the part of ourselves that knows best, the part of ourselves that can see into the future and into the past and help us integrate into this body, into this time on planet Earth, and really bring our light here. So ultimately, as we ground, we find psychic protection, we activate our chakras. That allows our body to hold more light. This is called enlightenment. It's called realization of the self. It's called activation of the light body. And so ultimately, the intuitive training is a spiritual training, a mystery school, and all the things that you need to fully activate into the truth of who you are as a spiritual being in a physical body. So I got into the work I told you about when I was feeling so much as a homeopath, taking down the symptoms of my clients and feeling them all in my body. And I thought, oh, wow, I can't do this work. I'm disabled. I also realized at that time that I was incredibly sensitive. If I was in the room with someone who was really angry or really negative, I had found that I had to leave the room in order to feel better. Now, this is symptoms of being an empath, of being an intuitive empath. And there's many people that are having these abilities are growing in us. Now, even though a lot of people who are drawn to the class initially are looking for that spiritual safety or looking to hone their intuitive skills, but actually we are, the class is an opportunity to really bring in that spiritual safety and to operate from a place of spiritual autonomy without a lot of voices, without a lot of argument, and directly with that source energy. And so those tools are essential to being able to access your intuitive gifts, to really be able to activate and open up the higher centers that are available to us in our body. We really need to be able to first feel psychically safe. So that is the beginning of the class. So there's so many empaths out there that feel so crippled with what they're doing with their way to be in the world. And so this is the exact training. It's what this work came out of. It's how to be spiritually safe in this world as an empath. Now, the class is designed, though, with the understanding that anybody can learn to open up their intuition. We all have a pineal gland. We all have the machinery. Some of us have more experience in other lifetimes using this machinery, but it's there for all of us. So anybody, so as much as empaths are drawn to the class, anybody can come and learn to open up their intuitive abilities. So there's no requirements. And so what does the class look like? What we're going to do is it's a 12-week class. And the class will meet once a week at a lunch hour time. So this class is going to be Tuesdays at noon. And so what that class is, if you can't make the live class, that's fine, because it's going to be this format and you can go back and watch the original class. So that hour content is going to be chock full with all of the tools that we're working on. So we're looking at the basic tools in historically proven through ancient times, as well as more recent training in quantum physics, to be able to learn to control, understand, and work with and use our energy field and our higher dimensional abilities. So what we'll do is have this one class. Now, if you can't make the live class, you can go back and watch it as soon as you can during the week. And what happens with these tools, then you have practice time during the week. So you're looking at 1 to 3 hours requirement of practice time, or time with the class and practice time for the most part. We're also going to have times when we get together and have question and answer times, and where we can connect and chat more. And that's one of the benefits of a class like this. You're finding other people that are on a parallel path. You're finding that community that you can support each other in this journey. A lot of empaths are people that are very psychically sensitive, feel very alone in the world because they've had to do so much to protect themselves that they haven't been able to find the people that are also going through what they're going through. So that's a big part of the support of this class. So we will have periods of time, question and answer groups and discussion groups, and also a lively Facebook group. So this is how the curriculum is in that one class a week, but then there's a practice time. And what happens in that one class a week, you might want to go back and watch it again, especially if that chakra or whatever we're working on is particularly moving you. Then you might want to go back and revisit the class and watch it again during that week or later in your life. These classes will be available for you at any point. You say, wow, I'm really having some third chakra stuff come up, and I'm going to go ahead and go back and watch that third chakra class. And so these are tools that you can keep in your pocket and have them with you as you move through life as an empath, moving from a more debilitated state of trying to get through life and feeling so much, to a place where you're actually empowered and safe and able to use those tools to help other people. It's a huge leap, and it's a huge, beautiful leap. This intuitive work is the job of the future, the security force of the future as we move into the evolution of humanity isn't guns. The security force is intuitive empaths that can sense what's going on around them and can be able to operate on other levels of awareness. So this job is incredibly important in helping the people heal right now, as we're going through an amazingly accelerated karmic shift. And so all of us are kind of going through the ringer, and this is the perfect tool, the perfect modality to be able to help people go through massive and quick karmic shifts. And the work brings a harmonizing force. It allows people to connect with their highest guidance and to feel psychically and spiritually safe, that there's a bigger picture out there, and we're not just getting tossed around on the waves of life for nothing. We are on a path and we're moving forward. So it can be an incredibly satisfying career, but also the training can just be a way to ground you into regular everyday life and support your existence in as fully living, whatever that means to you. So the once a week class is a way to learn the tools. And so we have a really powerful tools chest that will be going over and over again. These are the most important tools, the basics of all the work. And what I do every single time I sit down to do a reading or teach a class, I do go through these tools. So these tools are going to be the introduction of the class, the basics of the class, and then we will work with the tools and develop the chakra work as we go. In a week, you'll have an opportunity to work with these tools, even in everyday life. So there's meditation time, but then there's awareness in everyday life, where you're bringing these tools into practical application right away. And so you're comfortable with these tools from the very beginning, giving you a very solid base. So now that's level one. Level one is our chakra activation and integration. It's learning the basic tool chest of the psychic, clairvoyant, intuitive work. And then also by the end of level one, you're going to be able to do a simple energy check reading on other people. So at the end of level 1, you'll be ready to go out and start practicing this work. Now, if you're interested in it as a career path and to get the certification, you might want to think about level 2, take the work very much deeper, where we get deep into contracts, group contracts, family contracts, ancestral contracts, and learning how to navigate all of this the deeper work, the more esoteric, deeper work that can allow you to become a professional psychic, intuitive empath, where you can sit down and really help people move through these difficult times in a harmonious way. And it's the most satisfying work that I have found, and why I have kept with it. To feel that energy moving, to feel peace come into people's lives where there was turmoil, is one of the most amazing things. And so the quality, the benefit, the quality, and the value of this is beyond what you could make in money. It really is a deep, satisfying career. But as we're moving into the future, it's tools that everybody's going to need. So this is the job of the future, and I hope you'll consider joining me for this journey. So we're going to start, if you sign up for the class, with an orientation, and this is a personal orientation where we talk, you and I would meet together and talk through your goals, why you were drawn to this training, and what your goals are in the end of it. Also an intuitive reading, so you can get deep into, we can look at what is, where your work is going to be focused, and really bring you grounded into the work and support it. So that's how we'll start, with an orientation and a personal reading, and then we'll get into the class work, one session a week. Now, after 4 sessions, we have an assignment, and so you'll need to do the assignment and then submit a feedback form, and that's a way for you to kind of share your process and your experience. And so that would be necessary to move into level 2, is to complete all the feedback forms, the 3 feedback forms from level 1, after you've done your practice exercises. Now, the practice exercises will be really thoroughly explained, and at first we're going to practice with other students in the class, and then by the end of level 1, you'll be ready to practice with the general public, your friends and family. This is a time of rapid shifting on the planet, and this is the most appropriate way I've found to support people on the journey of spiritual growth. And so the class isn't just how to learn to use your intuition, it's how to be on the planet, it's how to get on your path, it's how to actualize into the truth of who you really are, it's how to realize your true self, it's how to have a spiritual awakening with the most support and the most harmony, and it's the way to move through ancestral and individual karma, as well as activating that energetic field to get you in the best place possible for your spiritual ascension. And then you're available to help other people harmonize theirs. There's no choice in this matter. We're all on the earth, and so no one is immune to the changes that are happening. Some of us are more aware, more sensitive, more willing to go with these changes. Other people, it's going to happen over time. And so that's why we're here. The intuitive training can be incredibly powerful because it can help you understand your gifts, your role, and the benefit of you on the planet. We all have an individual way of expressing our divinity, of our divine nature. And so the beautiful thing about the training is that everyone comes into finding their own way. We all have intuitive gifts. We all have our way of understanding and working in the world. But it's neat to see how people go through the training. They might find that they're a hands-on healer. They really want to work with energy coming through their hands to help other people with their physical bodies. They may be more like a medical intuitive, where they can see inside the body. You know, maybe they're really good at receiving words and messages that way. Maybe they see everything like a movie in pictures and colors. Maybe they'll feel it in their body. So everybody has their own unique way of accessing their intuition. And so not only is the training a way to prepare you for that and using it in the world, but it's a way to understand that where your gifts may have felt like liabilities, they're actually here for you. To turn your gifts from that feeling of a burden and liability into a great ability to be able to live a satisfying life, be on your spiritual path, and also help other people. So I'd like to just go ahead and practice a little bit to give you a sense of what the class is like. The class is a combination of me speaking to you, explaining concepts just the way I have right now, and then the actual practice, which is done in meditation, often deep meditation. With this deep meditation, it's an opportunity to completely reprogram our field when we're able to access these theta brainwaves and delta brainwaves. But that can mean that sometimes the classes can make you sleepy or fall asleep. Now, if that happens, it's good to go back and do it again and notice where you fell asleep, because there's a lot of energy there, and your body is learning to process these new energies and learning to harmonize and integrate all of the parts of our field. And so the class will be a combination of speaking through these concepts and then actually integrating them through meditation. So I'd like to just introduce the most basic concept here, which is grounding to Mother Earth. And this is the most important thing done, all ceremonies, all spiritual work, all intuitive readings, everything that everybody does on this level starts with the first concept. And this is through all time. And so we are on this planet Earth, and so our first orientation is with Mother Earth. So go ahead and allow yourself to arrive here in this moment, and we're going to explore the very first tool in the tool chest of being a psychic, intuitive, empath healer, and that is grounding. So go ahead and pay attention to the base of your spine, and just feel it become heavy with gravity. Perhaps you'll feel a little rhythm there as you tune in deeply into your body. And just imagine that you can reach down from the base of your spine with roots. And you're going to reach down with these roots, and you're going to grow these roots into the earth until you grow deep enough to feel the energy of Mother Earth Gaia. Now, a lot of us feel grounding and the concept of grounding, and we say, oh, that's like, tethering yourself to Mother Earth. Or to a rock, perhaps. But Mother Earth isn't a rock. Mother Earth is a living being here with us on the path of ascension. So the most important thing is to feel that groundedness. So go ahead and allow Mother Earth's gravitational electromagnetic field to reach up with gravity and hold you. Feel yourself coming into communication with the electromagnetic field of Mother Earth. Just taking a few deep breaths, at the same time feeling that root system grow down deep, searching for the waters of life, searching for the nourishment, searching for the spiritual safety that Mother Earth can give us as we come into communication with her. So feeling those roots go deep down into the ground. And what do those roots look like to you? Some people visualize a vine, or maybe an electrical current, or perhaps water. What is your unique way that's coming into your mind right now of communicating with Mother Earth Gaia? And go ahead and reach out through that grounding cord with Mother Earth. Now, the grounding cord is a two-way device. We're reaching out, we're communicating, saying hello to Mother Earth, and then we're receiving her support back, receiving her nourishment, and receiving her ability to hold us in this existence. So I'd like you to go ahead and reach those roots down that grounding cord, whatever it looks like, and say hello to Mother Earth Gaia. Perhaps you've never met before. Feel her come up and surround you with her love, her electromagnetic field, her security in the cosmos. She knows right where she is and where she's going on her path. And just let her hold you. Feel your whole being come into resonance with the present moment. Mother Earth and being grounded, connection with Mother Earth and grounding means coming into the present moment. So just letting everything else fall away, all your cares and worries, anything from the past or any concerns of the future. Just going to come right here in this now moment. The very first most important tool, and often the most difficult, for those of us who have not had permission to be who we really are on this planet, it's a big step to receive Mother Earth's support and love. And so that's going to be a big part of what we're doing in this root chakra activation as we step into the deeper work of the intuitive classes. So just feel yourself arriving. Just feel your body, your whole body, just release and relax into this now moment, feeling that energy of gravity of Mother Earth coming up to meet you. And your root system going deep down into the depths of her being. Through all the layers of the mantle, all the way to the center of the earth. And just imagine you can hook into the center of the earth there. And feel yourself arrive in this moment, grounded with Mother Earth. So a grounding cord is something we do naturally. It's something that's relatively easy when things are not stressful around us, but it's more difficult when we are in an environment where there's some energies around us. That's when we most need to be able to use our grounding cord. So that's why we practice these tools. We practice so that they're available to us in an instant. It's like, oh yeah, grounding cord. So we just spent a good 5 minutes or so really feeling that grounding cord. But what happens as you practice and we move through the classes, that becomes instantaneous. And all of a sudden you can just be grounded. You can also offer grounding to the space you're in and to other people. It's a non-invasive way to invite them to come into communication with Mother Earth and to harmonize situations that may be getting spun out of control. So that's the very first tool in the tool chest, and thank you for allowing me to share that with you. I hope you can invite this communication with Mother Earth Gaia, this groundedness, this centeredness, as you move through your life today and ongoing. And I hope you'll consider joining me for the intuitive training as you awaken yourself on your spiritual path, your ascension, connect into your highest guidance, and gain the tools and experience and confidence you need to be able to be who you really are in this world and help other people harmonize their path as well. So thank you so much for joining me for this free class. I invite you to find out more information at adrianelise.com/intuitive-training. And you can find all the information there, and I hope to have you join us for this next session. Thank you so much. I'm Adrian Elise. Namaste.